Guys, welcome to Talking Ball with Pat Leonard. I'm the New York Daily News NFL columnist and Giants beat writer. We have a special guest today, Darius Slayton, the Giants wide receiver. So we're going to get right to that after a couple of messages. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games. You can play right from your home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use a promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts, as you hear the planes flying overhead to Newark here at Quest Diagnostics Training Facility at OTA practice number 5. And another message quickly. Hola, amigos. This is Pat Leonard from the New York Daily News. If you're a coffee lover like me, you're going to love Estate 98. This ultra-concentrated coffee from El Salvador, which dates back to 1798, is the most convenient premium cafe I've ever had. It takes me 3 seconds to make an iced coffee, which is perfect for my busy podcasting schedule and talking ball, and I can take it with me on the go and make it anywhere. With its rich smell and notes of milk chocolate and tangerine, this Essentia de Cafe has replaced my old coffee runs. Go to Estate 98 Coffee on Instagram, order and enjoy. Salud. And now, our interview one-on-one with Darius Slayton, Giants wide receiver, leading receiver in receiving yards for the Giants in 3 of the last 4 years. Hope you enjoy. All right, welcome to Talking Ball with Pat Leonard. We are here with Darius Slayton, Giants wide receiver, right after OTA practice number 5. Caught a touchdown pass from Daniel Jones. Darius, thanks for joining me, man.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, trivia question. Do you know how many years you've led the Giants in receiving in your career? Receiving
3.
yards. 3 out of 4. I feel like you don't get enough credit for that. Curious, first of all, right off the bat, how do you stay even keel? You've had some lows, you've had some highs. You were drafted lower than you would expect. How have you stayed consistent and produced the way you have through your NFL career so far anyway?
I think just kind of keeping the same – I try my best to keep the same mindset I had, when I was 9, and I just loved playing football. I wanted to be an NFL football player, and here I am. A lot of people don't get a chance to see out their dreams. So, even though it might not always go your way, at the end of the day, if you're doing something that you love, all you can do is work hard, control what you control, and, if it's meant for you, it'll be there.
So you're a humble guy, but you and I had some fun conversations at the end of last season when Daniel was starting to put it all together.
Yeah.
And you said to me, when he puts this all together, we're going to talk in the spring, and I'm going to tell all the haters, I'm going to tell everybody what's really going on with Daniel Jones. So you have the floor. What do you have to say about Daniel Jones, who he is, and what he's gotten done?
I think that if you look at all the people who rank out there, NFL, magazines, whoever, bloggers, whatever, and, you look at players and they rank certain guys based off of certain things and all these different measurements. And, probably our first 3 years, I think people underestimate how much turnover affects the players. We've been in most people that have been in multiple franchises and had multiple head coaches have been in different franchises. We've been here for 4 years. We had 3 head coaches, 4 OCs. That's 4 different people with a mic in his helmet. 4 voices. All 4 voices have different philosophies, different ideas. And as players, you have to adapt to each coach's personality. Some coaches are more aggressive, some are more conservative, which ultimately affects the way that we play on a subconscious level. So I think that his success that he had this past year just shows or has proven that he is capable. He's a winning quarterback. He's a quarterback that can be a franchise guy. And all we needed was somebody to come in and allow him to be him.
So through all those changes, what did you see behind the scenes and in practice where you were that confident? Because even people who believed in Daniel on the outside refused to go all in, right? Yeah. They said, I see some good things. Yep. So why were you guys all in, even if the results always weren't there?
I would say mostly because me being here as a rookie with him, kind of both of our rookie years, we both did well. The team didn't do well. We didn't win, but the offense as a whole that first year was explosive. We put up points. We scored points. Right. Our defense was not good back then. So we played the Jets here. We lost 28-35. threw for however many yards.
Remember that game, yeah.
We went down to Detroit and we put up like 20 plus or something, 28 or something like that, and we lost that game. So I think that just showed that it was in there, and then, obviously the past 2 years, again, we weren't winning our rookie year either. So, you had 3 years of not winning, and then our past 2 years, our offense has been a little down, and the defense has been up. But, I think now we're starting to even those two things out. And, hopefully going into this year, you have a high level of defense and a high level of offense leads to winning football games.
You had, as you said, 740 yards to lead the team and 8 touchdowns in 2019. So you did show it right off the bat. Last question about Daniel. I had heard that he is organizing this offseason a lot away from this facility because you guys, sure fans know, but you can only spend so much time here.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to. I know the Arizona trip happened. I know he's taking you guys to Rutgers, some other fields in New Jersey. Has he even upped that extra work that he typically does? And how much is going on that people aren't seeing right now?
If it was up to him, honestly, we probably would throw sun up to sundown every day. But, come Sunday, you have to remind him, like, buddy, you're not running, So, nah, man. I think he does. He's a grinder. I think naturally he just grinds. Whether it's in the weight room, it's on the field. Like, he's always willing to work. And, for me, I just try to match that energy as much as I can, because at the end of the day, all that's going to do is help us be better as a team.
No, for sure. There's a rookie here, receiver Jalen Hyatt, drafted in the 3rd round. Actually, similar to you in your final year in college, had a monster game that kind of opened people's eyes. Yeah. I'm wondering, you came in here and earned your spot, regardless of where you were drafted. What do you see from Jalin that shows that he can kind of put aside where he was drafted and capitalize and kind of carry over the production he had in the SEC to where he is now?
I think kind of similar to myself, I think the first thing you see is speed. It's evident he can run. In the first few days out here, first time you see him get deep, you're like, that guy's rolling, So, but
speed guy complimenting speed is
precisely, but I definitely, there's growth with every rookie. There's no rookie that comes in and there's not areas of growth, and they were so explosive at Tennessee this past year, like unbelievably so that, there's going to be some reality check to a degree. Like in the NFL, you can't just run by people all the time, like guys are smarter. They don't just give you all this space. The defensive linemen get back there quicker, but I would definitely say he's a talented guy. You can see the talent, the ability is definitely there, but just like with any rookie, man, there's going to be some growing pains and some adjustments to game.
2 other new guys, veterans I wanted to ask you about, Darren Waller and Paris Campbell. Yeah. What impressions have they made right away coming in and doing some of the extra work I know that you guys are doing off the field too?
So Darren is kind of like, I kind of tell people, I'm like, he's like what it looks like. Somebody like ask you, like, what does it look like to be an NFL tight end? Like if, you'd say Darren Waller is what it looks like. Like 6'6", 250. If we're building a Madden tight end, you build Darren Waller. Can catch, can run, can do it all. Big body, so.
He just looks different.
Exactly. He just looks like it. Like if you said you took somebody from Yugoslavia and they were like, what does an NFL tight end look like, Darius? I'd be like, that guy right there. And so, he's been a great addition, and I'm looking forward to playing with him. And, Paris has been a good addition as well. Had a small grudge on him. He ran the fastest of the combine out of receivers in our group. So, yeah.
You were 4.39.
I was 4.39, yeah. He's 4.31, I want to say.
Woo.
But, he's been a good addition to us. He's got a lot of speed, but he's a sneaky, like a solid, like a almost kind of like Deebo Samuel, like a similar build. Like, Paris is like a good 205, he's put together, so
can go inside
for sure. I think that's maybe something that people might not notice as much that I think he'll show this year. Like what he does with the ball in his hands is impressive too.
Interesting. Deebo Samuel, that's high praise too, to compare a guy to that.
Yeah.
I noticed it hasn't happened every play. I noticed early in the first OTA we were allowed in, there was 1 or 2 plays you were in the slot. Mm-hmm. And one thing I thought was interesting last year watching this offense was Dable seemed to really have the slot receivers in the slot, the outside receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
Are you guys adding more kind of flexibility and versatility? Are you kind of stacking things in Kafka and Dable's offense now that you have a foundation, or am I seeing something that's not there?
For sure. I think that now that we, last year we're learning, it's like, we just got to get lined up and everybody do the right thing. So
Complicated offense.
exactly, so this year, obviously with all of us coming back and being familiar, it allows for people to be able to move around. And you add somebody like Darren Waller who can play anywhere. He might be outside, or he might be in the slot, or he might, so that might move, somebody that would normally be somewhere to a new place, for just whatever play specific reasons. But, all of those things are just going to help us, keep the defense off balance.
What kind of taste did last year leave? There was so much positive, and you guys did way more than anybody expected.
Yeah.
But the way it ends still seems to leave a sour taste, of how that final game fared.
Mm-hmm.
But we're a few months away. You're able to process. So how do you view it? How did you view 2022?
I mean, obviously, if you don't win the Super Bowl, then, to some degree, like, your season didn't go as you wanted it to go. The goal is to win. So,
take that, Eagles.
Exactly. So definitely, disappointment there. And then obviously, like, them, it just so happened that we lost to a division rival. We also, more importantly, lost them 3 times last year. It just can't happen. You got to be able to beat the people in your division. So I think more so that than anything. But at the end of the day, like you said, we started 7-2, we finished 9-7, we made the playoffs for the first time. My time being here, so things definitely trended upwards. But obviously, we've got a long way to go to get to where we need to go.
I know we're far away, but given how the division went last year, do you like that you guys are opening against the Cowboys Sunday Night Football? Like, you kind of have a chance to right away kind of conquer something that's been a problem for you guys in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always going to be the Giants and Cowboys is always going to be a game you want to win. Your rivals, but obviously, it being Sunday Night Football, starting the season off that way, obviously, it'd be a great to win. But then again, it's great to win in Week 10, just like it is in Week 1. If we win or lose, it's not going to be the make or break of the season. But obviously, we want to start our season 1-0.
A few more, and I know you got to get out of here and do some more here. Saquon's absence, obviously the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
How are the players processing that, viewing that? You come out here on the field, and there's a lot of great players out here, but 26 isn't on the grass. So how do you guys think about it, talk about it?
Honestly, it really doesn't come up much because everybody kind of understands that, business is business. We play, they kind of handle it upstairs. Saquon will handle that on his end, and, we'll welcome him with open arms whenever he returns.
DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent. Dable said today they look at everything, so they'll do their research there. Would that be a great player to have here, or you think you guys have a pretty stacked receiver room already?
I mean, I'd say we're pretty dang good, but I'd say he's pretty dang good, So it's like, it's kind of those deals where it's like, the more the merrier type of deal. If they bring him here, welcome him with open arms as well. But, ultimately, that'll be his decision and the front office decision.
Heat or Nuggets?
I want the Heat to win, but I think the Nuggets will win.
I'm with you. Probably Nuggets in 5 or 6, but I want Jimmy Buckets to do it.
Yeah, I want Jimmy to get it, but it's Jokic is a man.
So you finished second in the good guy voting last year to Julian Love, who did this podcast last year. You have a good start this year. Doing the pod, you finished second. He's out. And
should be a walk-in.
I will say this. Sterling Shepard, who won in 2018, is now eligible again to win the award. So you do have to contend with Shep.
I mean, I don't think it should be close, but we'll see.
Thanks,
Sure.
Really appreciate it.
No problem.
That'll do it here for Talking Ball with Pat Leonard. Please rate, review, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and anywhere you get your podcast, Apple and Spotify. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.